Hello, my name is Dan Johnson and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the much anticipated release of The Fugitive Doctor. This set is entitled Most Wanted. It contains 3 stories, one with an appearance from the Daleks, one with folklore elements, and another one with 2 versions of the same Doctor. This release has sort of been in the ether for a very long time. I think it was announced in like 2022, something like that, maybe a little bit later, and it's been a big thing for people to pre-order this box set and eagerly await where they're going to take this Doctor, which kind of brings me to my first criticism, but I would not call it a criticism. It's more of just an opinion and a sort of look to the future, I suppose. There is so much stuff that they can explore, but we're back at Series 12, and I think that's a bit of a shame because I would love to have seen what the Fugitive Doctor was like during the Division years, when they were an agent of Division, slowly seeing the corruption and fleeing and, you know, the memory wipe and stuff like that. But seeing her on the run is something that I feel like I've already got the gist of, so it's going to take a lot to win me over, and luckily it did. Although another element that kind of puts me off it slightly is the way that they talk in the behind the scenes when they're talking about the Fugitive Doctor's history and answering questions that we've had for the last 5 years. They kind of want to keep it ambiguous. They don't really want to tell you everything, but seeds in this story are being sown to give you answers. So I'm hoping that we will get them, although the behind the scenes and what we're being shown in the story do sort of contradict each other. Episode 1 has some really fun moments. There's a prison break, the Fugitive Doctor is on fine form, but the issue I have with that one is I feel like the Daleks are kind of wasted in the story. That is because they feel like a glorified cameo showing up towards the end and not doing a massive amount that really feels a threat. There's no invasion, there's no, threat to the Doctor per se. The Doctor doesn't even know what the Daleks are or gets to learn what the Daleks are. They're sort of like a little throw-in villain. It feels like they were put on the script just so that they could stick them on the box art. But back to the Fugitive Doctor, she's doing amazing here. She's doing such a great job. She's clearly a little bit new to audio, but she's definitely getting the hang of it very, very quickly. And her Doctor and the attitude, particularly of this Doctor, seems really well represented. It's nice to hear that on audio. It really carries along beautifully. I also quite enjoyed the performances in the second episode with Baba Yaga. This folklore story is really well integrated into the episode, and have the two between science and folklore connect is really nice, although I did see the twist coming a mile off. But there's a lot of substance to this story that I really, really enjoyed. I would argue that this is my favourite of the set. Just the whole story has this great atmosphere to it, has an identity that I really appreciated, and even though that twist was something I saw coming, there is a lovely moment of revelation with the Doctor that was really satisfying to listen to. Episode 3 is a fun, timey-wimey story, and I really enjoyed the imagery that this story provides. There's something quite scary. There's a beautiful moment that I don't really want to spoil when one of the characters dies, and dies in quite a horrific way. And the Doctor's reaction to this is just perfect for this type of Doctor. And of course, those seeds of a bigger plan begin to sort of take shape a little bit here, and I just have high hopes for where they're going to go. At the end of these box sets, I always like to ask if I am satisfied by it, and I think it's a really good start. Joe Martin is excellent, the performances were great, the sound design sounds amazing. There is so much potential here, and I'm sure it's going to go in a positive direction. I'm maybe not entirely satisfied by the release because we're not getting all of these answers, and we've waited a really long time for them. But of course, they want to take their time. They're trying to set up a series. You can't just throw them all at us in the first box set. So overall, this is a fun introduction to the character and to the world that she's going to inhabit. I love the breadcrumbs, and I'm hoping that they lead to more in the next box set. God knows when that's going to get released. For now, I'm just going to enjoy the fact that we have this character having great stories on audio. And I think Big Finish has made a success of it in the second day of its release, because by the look of it, I've seen a lot of talk on a Facebook group, a Big Finish Facebook group, talking about how the CD has now sold out on physical copies. There is no more physical copies of that release, which is insane. That's something I've never seen before, is for them to sell out the day after the release. Blimey. The Fugitive Doctor's future looks very, very bright. Of course, come back next month because I'm going to be talking about the Sashi Dhawan Master's box set. I have really enjoyed his portrayal of the Master, and I'm hoping that Big Finish will do him justice. I think he's probably like top 3 for me. I understand that with this video, a lot of people are going to be here for finding out whether they should buy the box set for themselves. And I'm hoping that I've been able to sell you on some of the positives and the negatives in this box set. But in simple terms, I would definitely recommend this box set. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.